I was at a demonstration outside the church around the corner a few years ago, and it was an overnight demonstration for Tibet. One of the thugs of the Chinese consulate came around at 9 o'clock at night. A number of people were women in their middle years, and this thug said, "If you're here in 1 hour, we will not be responsible for your life." There was a threat of life by the Chinese consulate in Perth. That's how they act in their own country. That's how they act everywhere. So we, the people, stand for all those who are intimidated. If intimidation can happen on Australian territory, so-called free territory, it can happen anywhere. And we know it does. They support the military in Myanmar. They support the new national security law in Hong Kong, which has wiped out one country, two systems. The current faction, extreme fundamentalist faction led by Xi Jinping, is responsible for the current state of affairs in the world with this aggressiveness by China. But I would suggest we stand here also for our Chinese comrades in China, because many of them have gone to jail. Many of them have been tortured. We stand here with Chinese people. The Chinese Communist Party would like everyone to believe that if we are critical of them, we are critical of the whole of China. That is not true. We are not critical of Chinese people. We love Chinese people. And we have some sympathy for the younger generation who are very nationalistic. They've been brainwashed. There's no freedom there. So we stand with the people of China as well. Human rights lawyers who since 2015, most of whom have gone to jail, have been debarred, etc. I would like for us to recognise and to deeply encourage governments of the world to start recognising legitimate voices of the people. This includes the Milk Tea Alliance. So I would like governments of the world to recognise the Tibetan government in exile, the National Unity Government of Burma, the Democratic Party of Hong Kong, the Uyghur World Congress. And we must never forget those oppressed in China, including Falun Gong, Christians, Buddhists as well. There is no freedom. And today, as Tempa and our wonderful Tibetan speaker from Dharamsala said, is the 23rd of May 2021. It is the 70th anniversary of the signing of the 17-point agreement. Now, let no one be disillusioned or disavowed of what China's ultimate ambitions are. They offer one country, two systems. They never have that in mind for the long term. They enter Tibet under duress. The 17-point agreement was signed, and they agreed for the parliament to continue, for the political system to continue, for the religion to continue. All of that was wiped out within about 7 or 8 years in Tibet. We can see what's happened in Hong Kong, and of course they want it in all of the border countries in particular. But we can see the influence in Australia as well. And I'm so glad our government and people are finally waking up to this particular faction in China. We must recognise we have a lot of supporters, a lot of democracy supporters in China. Their day will come. They will find the time, the opportune time, to arrest control from this particular faction of Xi Jinping, which is taking China back to Maoism. Complete control, thought control, social fabric control.